members of Business Communication FBA223 from Business Education. We'll be talking on the topic Delivery and Designing in-person and online presentation. My name is Damilola Osundiya, and here with me are my group members.
Omotosho, Adama, Favour.
My name is Olanrewaju.
ODUSANYA, TOLULOPE.
Akerele, Elisha. Bankole, Olatubosun.
chukwuemeka.
Afolabi Nathaniel.
Shonola, Damilola. Designing and delivering in-person and online presentation. Designing and delivering effective presentation, whether online or in person, you need to make preparation and pay attention to details. Here are some tips to help you create and deliver engaging presentation that will capture your audience attention and deliver your message effectively. So I'll be taking designing a presentation and delivering a presentation. So designing a presentation, you have to define your goals. Like, who is your target audience? Like, what do you want to achieve by the presentation? That's what you have to do under defining your goals. Then know your audience. In this place, you have to know your audience. Like, are they newbies on the subject matter you are talking about, or they are professionals that are into the stuff already, where you don't have to explain so much before they understand? Then use visuals, use pictures, use charts, so that your audience will be able to understand this the subject matter you are bringing in. Then organize your content. Organize your content in the sense that you start from an introduction, then the body of your subject matter, then a summary. You know, some people will not pay attention from the introduction, but when it comes to the summary, you know, those that did not pay attention from the introduction, they will be able to catch up with something from the summary. And emphasize your key message. Yes, don't go on and off. Make sure you allow your audience conversant with the subject matter. Don't go on and off. So, delivering a presentation, engage your audience, whether online or in person. Engage your audience. Make sure that you keep eye contact, and make sure that your audience are understanding everything you are saying. Use storytelling. Storytelling is a very powerful tool for engaging your audience, especially when you bring it down to their level, or when you use issues that have happened of recent, so they will be able to understand what you are talking about. So stay focused, stick to your main point, and avoid going on and off on tangents. Like, don't forget your subject matter, like I've said before. Don't go on and off. And the last point here is use technology effectively. Use technology effectively in the sense that we are already in a Gen Z era, you know, so you have to use technology. Don't do presentation like the olden days. Thank you.
I'll be speaking on the terms associated with delivering and designing in-person and online presentation. First off, we have some technical terms associated with this topic. For instance, now we have the goals. The goals talks about the aims or objectives you want to achieve through your presentation. What do you expect after the presentation? What do you want to get? What do you want to achieve by delivering the presentation or designing the presentation? That's what the goal talks about. And also we have the audience. The audience are the folks, the people you talk to, the people you are delivering the presentation to, the people you are designing the presentation for. Those are the people that will be attending or watching your presentation. Then we have the structure. The structure talks about how your presentation is organized, how it is designed, how it is arranged. That's what structure is talking about. It's talking about the framework or organization of your presentation. Then, for you to deliver an effective presentation, you have to organize your content with a clear and logical structure. That's what organization or structure is talking about. Then we have visual aids. Visual aids such as images, charts, and graphs helps illustrate your points. Graphs, visual aids, you all know about visual aids and all. It helps to aid, or it helps to pass information easily, with ease to your audience. That's what visual aids is for. Then we have practice. And before you come to present, before you come to deliver a presentation, you have to practice rehearse what you're about to talk about, what you're about to talk on. to your audience, you have to practice your presentation.
I will discuss on the basic elements of presentation. Content. This is the information that you want to convey to your audience, and it's essential to ensure that the content is relevant, accurate, and informative. Depending on the purpose of the presentation, you might need to conduct research, gather details, and or develop storyline that will guide your information and message. Structure. Once you have your content, you need to organize it in a logical and clear manner. This will involve creating outlines and identifying key points or themes and deciding on the flow of the presentation. An effective structure will help your audience understand your audience and your message and follow along with the presentation. Delivery. How you present your presentation is as important as how you present. This involves choosing the right tone, pace, and language to communicate your message with. If you're using a visual aid such as slides or videos, you need to ensure that it supports your message and enhance your message. Your delivery style should also consider your audience needs and preferences as well as the context of your presentation, such as a venue and location.
From what my guys talk, we have the basic elements of presentation, we have the purpose, the audience, and the visual aids. Then we talk about the purpose. The purpose, like the purpose of what you are saying, like presentation, of what it talks about. Then we have the audience, those people that you are talking to, that people that you are hearing from you, and what you are saying. And we have the visual aid. The visual aid are the image or shot that shows what you are presenting, like that help to use communicate with people, something like that. Thank you.
The strategies of creating content online. You will read quotes from experts. Presenting quotes from experts for research results is a way to support your presentation ideas. It also keeps your audience focused and engaged, and it also makes your message sharp. You also provide vivid descriptions involving using specific language to help your own writing stand out and form a detailed mental picture for readers. By doing so, when you are creating content for your presentation, you have to give vivid description using languages. This keeps your audience also focused and more interested in the message you are trying to pass and the thing you are trying to put out to the audience.
I'll be talking about the process of creating content for an online presentation. Number one, you have to define your objective. Your objective is talking about your aim, your goal, and what you are expecting at the end of your presentation, and determine how much information you can present in the amount of time allowed. Like, you should be able to utilize your time wisely, you should be time conscious, and you should have knowledge about your audience, like those you are talking to. What are they expecting from you? Like, you should know their profession, like what they are into. You don't just talk off point. What you are saying must be in line with what you are presenting, and use data and facts. Like, you can use a graphical representation to present what you are telling your audience. You can use diagram, you can use shape, you can use objects, and you can use symbols and facts, and use relate with personal experience. Like personal experience, you can use events happening around, and you can even use your own, like the story of your life. You can use it to present what you are saying, as this aids retention.
How to use visual tools to enhance presentation. Here are some steps to effective use of visual tools. Number one, identify your message and objectives. Before selecting visual tools, you should be able to identify your main messages. What exactly are you conveying to your audience? What exactly do you want your audience to learn from what you're doing? And as well, objectives of your presentation. What exactly is the aim of this presentation? What aim do you want to attain? What do you want to accomplish in this presentation? Then the next one, select appropriate visual aid. Choose visual aids that are relevant to your message and objectives. Common visual aids include aids
like image, charts, videos, and diagrams. Keep it simple. Use clear and simple visual aids that are easy to understand. Avoid cluttering your slide too much. Avoid unwanted noises or things that are not useful with too much information or distracting animation. Thank you.
So the next point is use color wisely. So you have to use your color wisely because you have to avoid using so many colors. And you can use contrasting color to highlight the important part of your information, but avoid using so many colors. So the next point is use font and text wisely. You have to use a legible font and keep your text brief. But you can use bullet points to highlight and organize your information, but avoid using long paragraph. So the next point is practice your delivery. So you have to rehearse your presentation with your visual aid so as to know if they support your message and are delivered at the right time. So the next point, which is the last point, is engage your audience. So you have to use your visual aid to engage your audience by asking questions, encouraging your participants, and using visual aid to deliver your message to your audience. So by using these steps effectively, you can make a video presentation and visual presentation and engage your audience. Thank you.
So I'll be talking on some strategies for delivering an effective presentation. We have prepare and practice. You have to prepare and practice your presentation, and we all know that practice makes perfection. So to be able to deliver an effective presentation, you have to prepare adequately. Second point, know your audience. You have to tailor your presentation to your audience. Consider their level of knowledge and interest in the topic. This will help you keep them engaged and interested in whatever you're presenting. You have to know the level of your audience. You have to know their level of understanding and knowledge so that you will know how to follow up. So my next point is use clear and concise language. Use simple and clear language that is easy for your audience to understand. Do not speak jargons or use difficult languages that your audience will not be able to understand. Use of visual aids. Visual aids such as slides, diagrams, and images also enhances and reinforces your messages when you're making a presentation. Thank you.
Another strategies to consider in delivering in-person and online presentation is engaging your audience. Engage your audience by involving your audience in your presentation, by asking them questions, encouraging discussion among your audience, and conducting interactive activities. Another strategies you might want to consider in delivering an effective presentation is use of body language. Make use of gestures, make eye contact with your audience, and vary your tone to convey your message effectively with your audience, to carry your audience along. Another strategy is manage your time effectively. Make sure to stay within your allotted time and make your presentation brief to keep your presentation focused on the key points. The last strategies to consider is end with a strong conclusion. End your presentation with a clear and memorable conclusion, and summarize your points, your main point, to leave last impression on your audience. If you follow all these steps, you have an effective and efficient presentation. Thank you very much.